Everyone, in this session, we are going to discuss about the Fischer esterification of acetic acid with isoamyl alcohol. During this experiment, you will be synthesizing an ester, which is isopentyl acetate. It is often referred as a banana oil because it smells like a banana. Um, we have an equilibrium reaction, in order to produce more products, we are going to increase the reactants. So, based on the Lachartian uh, principle, uh, the equilibrium shift toward the products. So, we are going to use extra acetic acid and extra isopentyl alcohol in order to shift the reaction toward the more products. So after we've done with the synthesis of isopentyl acetate, we are going to remove excess acetic acid and remaining isopentyl alcohol with the use of the sodium bicarbonate and water. After drying anhydrous sodium sulfate, the ester is purified by distillation. And at the end, we are going to use IR to evaluate the purity of the product. So here is the mechanism of esterification, acetic acid and ethanol. In the first step, the oxygen is going to attack the extra hydrogen, uh, extra proton inside the inside the solution because we add the sulfuric acid in the mixture. If you remember, um, we said that use we use sulfuric acid to facilitate the reaction. So in the second step, we have the carbocation of the secondary carbon in acetic acid, and then after carbocation, the oxygen from um, ethanol is going to attack that carbon. You will see in the third step that we have that oxygen is going to have uh, the extra proton. That proton is going to be absorbed by the other oxygen in that is attached to the secondary carbon. Uh, so with that, in the fourth step, we have the removal of the water. You see that, and then uh, the other hydrogen is gonna be removed and is gonna turn back to the solution, and then you will see that we have the ester production. You see all the reaction is in equilibrium. That's why we decided to increase the acetic acid in order to facilitate production of the ester. So here you see again that we have alcohol and acetic acid. We add both uh, those components. We are gonna have the extra. So that's why the reaction is gonna shift toward the product. And we are gonna remove both products. That's why this reaction is gonna be continuously. As you recall, at the beginning, we add sulfuric acid to catalyze the reaction. So that sulfuric acid provide extra hydrogen during the esterification. It helps to shift the reaction toward the right and make the reaction faster. So here you see a note to remember a difference with the textbook. Here is the assembly of the experiment. First, we add uh, 3.27 milliliter isoamyl alcohol to 25 milliliter round bottom flask, and then we are going to add glacial acetic acid, and then we are going to add sulfuric acid through using 8 drops of the sulfuric acid. um, so then we are going to use the 3 boiling chips. Then we heat the product, heat the reaction, and then at the end we are going to obtain the product. So we are going to have the uh, condenser for condensing the uh, condensing the steam in to come inside the flask. Here are some tips for the work, how to do the experiment in better way. You need to uh, consider these tips. So we have the ice bath at the end. We are gonna um, put the after the reflux, cool the contents in the ice bath. Um, in this step, you will see that how we are gonna remove extra sulfuric acid, extra acetic acid, and extra uh, alcohol from the products, and how we rinse and dry the products with the use of water and sodium bicarbonate. So we are gonna mix the uh, sodium bicarbonate with the product gently in order to uh, remove the uh, extra acetic acid and sulfuric acid. And at the end, we are gonna transfer the organic layer to a beaker. A smaller amount of the anhydrous magnesium sulfate is gonna stay, and then we are gonna use the filtration to filter, and uh, we are gonna obtain at the end the ester, but it is not still pure. In the next step, as you see, with the use of the uh, distillation, the simple distillation, we are gonna obtain pure ester. And that was the whole process for esterification. Thank you for considering this video.